UFC Fight Night, Burns versus Morales. I swear this fight card was one of the fastest cards this year. This shit blew by fast, and it doesn't help that, you know, I did miss the first like 3 to 4 fights on this card. I'm not gonna lie, your boy did not watch those. But that being said, as you can see on screen, we got every single winner and the boy Dorino on screen. We're going to do some rare matchmaking, match them up with who I think they should fight next and why. Plus, we got those prelims because, you know, on this rare MMA channel, we go through every single winner. But starting off with that main card, I'm not going to lie to you guys, this was very depressing. You know, one of the most depressing main events that we've had this year. I don't know a single guy out there who wants to see Gilbert Burns, you know, lose, go out here and get like dog walked, but that's what happened. He went out there and Michael Morales made it look easy. It looked like it was the easiest fight of Michael Morales' whole career, up against, on paper, you know, his hardest test. But it was sad to watch. I hate watching these, you know, fan favorite UFC fighters, you know, get up there in age and then just start going on a huge decline. That is what's happening with, you know, our boy Dorino. I did say, you know, after that JDM fight, this boy is going downhill and going downhill fast. It is what it is. Who should Michael Morales fight next, though? I hate when, you know, you have a huge name in front of you, you beat him the way you did, and there is zero call out. You have all the time in the world. You have all the attention on you right now. Bisping was setting you up, saying the whole division is on notice. They're looking at you, and yet you have no call out. I hate when fighters do that. It's just lack of self-awareness and just lack of, you know, building up fights that you want, fights that you need, fights to get you up and up in the rankings and up there to get a #1 contender fight. It is what it is. Leon Edwards, you're up next. Your ass is up next. I just think scheduling wise it works out, and just the way that the landscape of 170 is, it works. Because if we quickly just look at the rankings here, this is my thought process at least. Welterweight right now, Bilal Muhammad, don't have a single clue when this dude's gonna fight next. Probably not till next year, but right now we have Sean Brady. Sean Brady is arguably next up, but we have Ism coming up, so there's gonna be a backseat for all these guys. So Sean Brady, I want to see him versus Ian Gary. Shavkat going through surgery, gonna be out for at least a year. Kamaru Usman scheduled to fight Joaquin Buckley, and this is generally where Michael Morales would fight. Some of these names that I just listed up, I don't think he's going to fight below that. I don't think he's going to fight a Colby Covington, Jeff Neal, Wonderboy. You know, I don't think he's fighting below him in the rankings. So Leon Edwards is the only option in my opinion. So let's run this one next. It just makes sense scheduling wise and ranking wise. Let's keep moving down though. Gilbert Burns. It was so hard to watch. It was so sad. You know, the whole card was fun and entertaining up until there. Now I'm depressed. So thanks UFC for giving fucking my boy Dorino a suicide fight against an up and coming undefeated Spider-Man. So it is what it is. Gilbert Burns, Colby Covington. I want a double retirement at this fight. I don't want either of these guys to fight anymore. Double retirement, double promo, double everything you gotta do. I want to see this. Put this on a pay-per-view. If we're going back to Brazil, put this on Brazil. And yeah, I want a double retirement out of both these dudes. If it's not Colby Covington, I'm looking at the division. Who else is there? Do we want to see Jeff Neal? I think Carlos Pradas and Jeff Neal is up next. Are we going to want to see a Thompson rematch? No. Are we going to want to see a Luque fight, a MVP fight? I mean, my boy was out there crying after losing. I want to see a double retirement fight after this. I don't want it, like, there's no, both these dudes ain't getting a title shot ever again. They're not going to have a #1 contender fight ever again. Father Time has caught up to them and they're past, you know. It's the new wave. Let's get these guys out of the division. Let's get these guys a fucking Anthony Smith treatment. I don't want to see some bullshit like what they did with Jose Aldo, giving him zero respect. I want that Anthony Smith princess treatment for both these guys in their next fight. Let's go down. Mairon Santos. Pretty much what I learned in this fight, I did pick Sodiq Yusuff to get it done. What I learned, Sodiq Yusuff ain't that good. And, you know, prediction-wise, we didn't do that good. We went like 6-4. It is what it is. But Mairon Santos, what do we do? New guy in the division. I think we don't give him a huge jump up into the lightweight rankings just yet. We still need to give him some like top 50, 40, maybe not 30, but around that spot in the lightweight division. Elvis Brenner is a good next fight for him. You know, Mairon Santos took practically no damage out here. He could bounce back here, arguably, for sure, before the end of the year. I would like to see him here back in 3 months' time, 4 months' time max. But yeah, run these two guys next. If Santos can get past this, then we can look higher up into the rankings, maybe a top 25, 30 area. But yeah, he looked really good out there. Have no idea how this dude ever made featherweight. He looks fucking huge out there. Not huge in like tall but built wise, but he's just thick, you know. And the commentary was glazing him up on here. And honestly, I'm happy Sodiq Yusuff lost. Fuck Sodiq Yusuff. This dude was out here like having mini strokes, pretending he's playing Bop It out here, going pop, 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 pop every 5 seconds. It was hella annoying. I'm glad he lost. Low key, honestly, cut Sodiq Yusuff, send him out to the GFL. I don't want to hear no more bop bop every 5 seconds into a fight. Let's go down. Nursulton, Ruziboev also got it done. It was a lot closer of a fight. I thought Nursulton was going to run through this dude. I have no idea how Dustin fucking ate so many of these spinning heel kicks. Some of them were flush too, but he did good. He got it done. People were saying that it was a lot closer of a fight than what it is. I disagree. For sure, it was a 29-28, but 30-27 could be justified too, because first round, you know, he did get dropped, but he only got dropped because of the clash of heads. This boy called out Bo Nickel. Your ass ain't getting Bo Nickel. Best I can do. Michelle Pereira at Abu Dhabi. I think this is a good fight. Makes sense. And, you know, it makes sense scheduling, timing-wise, ranking-wise. Maybe a big jump up for Ruziboev, but we have found out that I don't know how fucking Michelle Pereira got ranked. He got ranked, but he ain't that good. We have no idea how his ass got up there so high in the rankings, but a huge fraud. One of the biggest fraud checks in recent memory, at least. But yeah, run this one next. This could be a very, if we're not, even if we don't do a pay-per-view event in Abu Dhabi or somewhere in that region, you know, this could be a good co-main event. This would be a good fight on that main card, a very high spot. But you know, if we go somewhere like a Saudi, you know they're gonna stack it, so you know this will probably be like a featured fight. But moving down, got it done. I told you Costa is like the new Kevin Holland, but actually good. And I have no idea how Unk, you know, took some of these shots from Costa. Shout out to Julian Erosa. He's stuck in there. Literally if he was Korean, he could be the new Korean zombie. But yeah, he looked good out there. And again, I have no idea how fucking Erosa ate some of these spinning heel kicks, but it is what it is. Costa got it done. I'm tired of giving Costa low-ranked fighters in this featherweight division. I say fuck it. He's on a huge win streak. He's fought 3 times this year and won every single one. I say the next one we give him a fight that gets him into the rankings next up. Giga Shikazi. This dude is washed. I think this would be a fun matchup. And if Costa can get it done, he just beat a former top, what was Giga? Maybe a top 10 level fighter. Then we can get him into the rankings after that. You know, this is a good setup fight for Costa to get into the rankings. For Giga, a good way, if he can bounce back and get a win over Costa, then maybe Unk isn't too washed up. But I think he's washed up. I think this would be a fun fight. Let's put this on a pay-per-view. Maybe I don't want it on the main card of a pay-per-view, but maybe a prelim, co-main event prelim on a pay-per-view. I'd be happy with that. This is a good matchup. This is a you know type of matchup. Let's go into the prelims. And again, like I said, I didn't watch like majority of these, but Gabe Green, very surprising. I didn't think Gabe Green would get it done. He was very inconsistent, you know, but he was 2 years off, you know. I guess, you know, you don't have to be super active. I guess ring rust isn't a real thing anymore, but he came down to lightweight. He looked good. I thought he was going to get knocked out in the first round. Looks like he was the one doing the knocking out, but even though first round was a very low output, he did knock down Matus Camilo. Let's not forget that. He looked good. Now it's time to see what level he is in lightweight, and a good gatekeeper, a good way to test how good someone is at lightweight. Thiago Moises also fought on this card, coming off a loss to Jared Gordon, knockout first round. I say we book these ones next. Gabe Green is used to not fighting super often, and Moises is coming off a knockout loss. I could see this being in like a December card, you know, last month of the year. I want to see it there. I think that's a good time for Moises to recover. It's not like he got put out too badly, but yeah. Run this one next. Then Jared Gordon did do good. He got it done. Everyone, including himself, the commentary, everyone was just saying he's been done dirty recently in like some of his latest fights. So let's give him a high-ranked name. Someone who's not ranked but high-ranked. People know him. Let's give him Matt Favola. If he gets past Favola, then okay, we can give him another chance into the rankings. But let's give him Favola, another fun matchup. And you know, Jared Gordon, someone who, you know, didn't have the most amount of power in here, now out of nowhere has knockout power. But yeah, run this one next. I think this would be, again, a very fun matchup. And I'm just looking at fucking Jared Gordon, Gabe Green, and I swear these dudes are the exact same person. I don't know if I'm tripping out, but they look the exact same. But moving down, again, I did not watch this fight, but Yadier de Valle got it done. Good job for him. Didn't watch it. Am I going to go back and watch it? Maybe. I don't know. I'm looking at the UFC. I'm looking at how he got it done. It looks like he got a first round submission. Good for you. Maybe I'll rewatch it against Connor Matthews, but he got it done. I don't know. Fucking Francis Marshall next. Run this one next. Then let's run through the rest of these ones. Speed run this shit. Women's fight. Luana Santos got it done. I don't care. Chelsea Chandler. If Chandler loses this, fucking cut her to the GFL. Then Denise Gomes. I watched the highlight of this and it was so close to being how I predicted it. I was saying during my prediction, listen to me carefully. Up against the cage, elbow TKO. It was very, very close to being that. TKO in the second round. It is what it is. I think we give Denise Gomes, someone who is also on this card, lost on this card, high up in the rankings, will either be still ranked by the time these two fight or just under the rankings. Luana Pinheiro. Run this one next. I have no idea how Pinheiro is still ranked. It freaking baffles me, but it is what it is. Park Sung got it done. Predicted this one right too. I thought that, I thought Carlos was going to be good enough to keep it on the feet. And on the feet, I thought Sung was just so much better, but turns out he's not that much better on the ground, and he got submitted. So I think for Park, he hasn't had the best career in the UFC so far, but let's give him someone higher up in the rankings. I believe someone on at least a one-fight losing streak, maybe a multi-fight losing streak. Kevin Borjas, someone also who hasn't looked the greatest in his UFC career. Run the shit next. Tecia Pennington, who gives a fuck? Lupi Godinez, I don't care. Am I going to watch this one? I don't know. It is what it is. Somehow these two haven't fought each other before, but run this one next. Thank you guys for watching to the end of the video. Now we have to gaslight ourselves into believing that next week's fight card, Blanchfield versus Barber, is going to be a good fight night card, which I'm looking at it now, and I kind of want to kill myself. But yeah, thank you guys for watching to the end of the video, and I will see you guys in my next video.